The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. We got a great Friday happening out here.
We do.
And market-wise, you get the Dow down 110. NASDAQ is off 27. You get the S&Ps off 13. And, King Dollar must have been hanging with you yesterday. He backed down a little, right?
He was. Elvis was with me.
You found him again. You recuperated him again. Yeah. He wasn't that bad yesterday, but in particular, for the European Central Bank going down, bottom line is that, we had King Dollar basically go flat and the euro go up, which is just so counterintuitive. It's insane.
Yeah, I saw the alert message come through on my phone.
Yeah.
That showed that they had reduced the rate by 0.5% or something, right?
Right, a quarter
percent. Okay. And and so I said, oh, this is going to be good for the dollar.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the dollar starts heading south, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is just not a real correlation. What the heck is going on here? But as far as the pullback, all it's done is pulled back to the 0.382 area. Of this move up here, which we had a nice big move up over a couple-day period of time. And if that's what holds, there's a lot of juice in the dollar.
And what's cool is this. Okay, so folks, if you have my book, The Out of Time of the Trade, you know that when you push into a swing point with volume, that's where you're going.
Yes.
We pushed into the swing point, the high yesterday with 45,000 contracts. Now, we couldn't take it out.
Yeah.
But it's building cause. And, my take is that cause building, of course, is that it wants to go topside. So
yes.
It's going to be wild watching this whole baby play out, no doubt. So we get gold down $10. You get silver off 39 cents. Bonds are up 8 ticks.
Yeah. And I was going through gold, and so gold makes sense because it completed. Let me pull that up. It completed the ABC, and it got up real close to the 0.618 of the move down. So the 618 would have been 1775. And the completion of the ABC was 1765. But what I was suggesting to our listeners here is one of the things that why I think that the better, if you're going to even start playing this or short this,
right,
is the better play right now would have been right up at the 786 area, at the 1840 on gold.
Oh, would have been beautiful.
And the reason is because when I take a look at the strength on the C to D leg, it's even stronger than the AB leg was on this.
Right.
On this last move up. So
yes, absolutely.
So I really I was thinking of taking this trade yesterday, but as I went back and I took a look at it, I said, what, in this case here, I like the 7, if this thing can get up to the 1840.
That's the trade.
That's the trade, that's the right reward to risk trade.
Big time. No doubt about it. And hey, listen, it still can get there. It can. It likes to move like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And look, the dollar can be going up and gold can be going up. With all the stuff over in Europe as well. So
absolutely, absolutely. So let's go take a look at that good old King Dollar. So King Dollar right now, she's out there. Let's see. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Here we go. Okay, so
I love that.
Oh yeah. So what you have here, folks, we're at 14,000 contracts, 14,500. And what I'd love to actually see today is that all she does is hang right under that high.
Yeah.
From last Thursday.
Yeah.
No, it's Tuesday. My God, it's Friday already.
I know.
I can't believe it's Friday already.
What was funny was a couple days ago, John and I were talking, and I was saying, I won't be in. And we just lost track of days. Now, how he was able to find out what day it was, he said, wait a minute, I watched Monday Night Football. That was 2 nights ago. Time just flies. Well, look, when we're here, we all love it so much. We're not really. I don't even wear a watch. I have a watch sometimes.
Right.
Just a piece of jewelry to go out. I just don't really pay. I'm aware of time.
Right.
But only to be aware of it for an appointment or maybe where the market's at. But otherwise, I just stay present wherever I'm at.
We know it's accelerating.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, we got to find that. I want to find that article.
Okay, we'll get that baby out.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's cool? is that, let's see, Groupon is going to be going public. We'll have some fun here. And now that should be coming out any second.
Yeah, I tried earlier and it wasn't.
At 10 o'clock, they'll try to goose that out. Now, folks, if you want to see how paper just gets pushed out, you know, you've heard all the things, you know, they're going to go public, they can't go public, this and that. When you bring down the float like this, okay, you got to remember something, that to get the stock anyway, right?
Yeah.
You're an institutional investor.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they want the stock, folks, because they're going to sell the stock ASAP into the marketplace. Okay. Yeah. So their risk is minimal. Okay. And the bottom line is that that's what Wall Street's all about. Get the paper, push the paper out.
Sure.
You know, they already got the chum in the water. You know, think about this for a second. Even, you know, when you think about 2 weeks ago, you know, even the last 4 or 5 months, you know, the market's down, right?
Yes,
and
for sure.
think about, okay, will people buy the IPOs then? No, they won't. They won't. They get worried. Even institutions get worried, right?
For sure.
But all they have to do is get it back up a little.
Right.
You get it back up, get them going, because all they need is 20 or 30 minutes to get this out.
Yeah.
And then once it's out, it's done.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have rather come out with this thing yesterday, you know, than today.
Yeah, but today's all right.
Yeah.
Today's all right because it's a Friday. I mean, it's not going to. We're red, but I don't expect real big action until next week.
Yeah.
The reason being is that this will lull everyone. You know, get them lulled. You know, get them pulled back. Oh, it's okay. We're going into the weekend. Everything's fine. The Europeans are fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
LinkedIn, you know, I also pulled up LinkedIn because they had released earnings, so they're trading down about 8% this morning. You know, but you know, if you had, and there's you don't have a big float out on LinkedIn. I think they're pushing more paper out. I think they're pushing more paper out.
They're pushing 100 million out.
Yeah.
100 million more out. Right.
Give me more money.
That's right.
More money.
And the way
Bring it
LinkedIn
in.
is absolutely set up, this is, you know, coming back into this $70 level.
Yeah.
You're at 79. It's going to be problems. Period.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be wild. You know what's in big trouble, folks? Watch this, Steve. This is pretty amazing. Transocean rig.
Wow, look at that.
But wait till you see this. Now,
What was that coming against?
This is pretty intense. If you take a look at rig, folks, okay, now there's a glut of offshore oil drills out there.
Okay.
And right now, in their last filing, they came out with their numbers 2 days ago. That's why I gapped down $9.
Yeah.
They said that there's like 49% of the rigs not being used at all in the yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, though, look at when you put this.
Coming right back to.
Look when you put this on a weekly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a disaster. You know, you're talking about, you know, if you want to see something, folks, that is just absolutely amazing. I mean, you know, and I've been doing this long enough that I know where volume is. That's where the market wants to go.
Yes.
But you want to see it clearly without anyone saying anything, go look at this stock.
Yeah.
It's sick,
absolutely,
isn't it?
Absolutely.
And what's sick here, folks, is that if, in fact, it breaks the bottom of the consolidation, which, you know, it may or may not. It's going to go test it.
Yeah, 46.
You break it, rig's back to $10. And I remember trading rig all the time at $10. See, let me show you something. You know what's wild?
So that's a monthly on that.
Is that, I'll bring this back to 95.
Okay.
I traded between rig and diamond offshore. I always traded these things. You can see, you know, it was $10 stock, $10 to $12 stock. Well, that's 23. I guess I've been around longer than I think.
Hey, time's flying, baby.
Look
time's
at that.
flying.
It really is. I guess I'll bring it back to 94.
That's okay.
So 94, 2004. Man, time really flies.
It does. I know.
You know what's so weird? It's really weird.
But we're not getting any older. That's the cool thing. Time's flying by, but we're not getting any older.
I'm not.
Which is pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. It's a reversal. No, it is a reversal, man. I'm on the other side of that triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not getting. Oh, the eyes.
Yeah.
Wait, no, yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting older. At least not in my heart. Not my soul. Not my soul.
There's no
my eyes. Yeah. Well, you know what it is. It's that you know, Nico's going to be doing a show today, and you know the cool thing about Nico, when you take a look at the facts and statistics out there about the food that we get, we're still not getting the nutrition.
Right.
So even if you were to eat spinach, for example, the spinach that we had as a kid, is not even close to the spinach that you would have today.
Really?
You think you're getting nutrition, but the reality is because of either the engineering, the way that it's grown, you're just simply not getting the nutrients. So when you don't get the nutrients,
That's heavy.
When you're nutrient deficient, you start losing hair. Your hair turns gray. I mean, that's one of the signs of...
My hair's been gray since I've been 20.
Yeah, you...
You know, there was... Nico's going to have a great guest today, by the way, folks. And, you know, Nico's talked a lot about how many drugs they actually put in our foods.
Yeah, I heard that part. You were talking about that
and so,
at the close last night.
Right, and there was this article on Bloomberg yesterday, and what it was this, folks. is that there's a bunch of studies coming out now. This is scientific studies, flat out, okay? And they actually go back, and I guess these studies were out since 2009, but now there's about 15 of them.
Yeah.
And what they're about is that the food companies absolutely are injecting chemicals inside the food.
Yeah.
So people will keep craving them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's and they.
I heard you in your Cheetos.
Now, exactly, exactly.
And now it's Ben and Jerry's.
No, it's all. Listen,
wait, Nick, I hope he's not listening.
This is sick. And now though they're associated just as bad as cocaine. That the craving is just as bad.
Yeah.
That you know you'll just keep getting it. And now you talk about Ben and Jerry's. Listen to this, folks. This is wicked. I always like sales, right?
Yeah.
So I've been on this Ben and Jerry's kick, folks. Nico's going to kill me, but I've been on this Ben and Jerry's kick. Right?
You're okay. You're in good shape.
And so about 5 days ago, I said to Angie, "That's it. I'm not buying any more ice cream because I get on there and I buy those 3 pints, right?"
I know.
So I didn't buy any, and I was good for 4 days, right?
Oh, is that okay?
So about 9:30 last night, right?
Yeah.
I looked at Angie. I said, "That's it. I got to go get some Ben and Jerry's, right?" Jump out.
Just after you had done this, or 3 hours earlier, when have you done the segment about the fact that
craving, right?
Yeah.
So I go up to Publix, right? I get 3 of them, right? And I go up to the counter, and the girl's saying to the counter, "Hey, you just missed the 2-foot, buy 2 and get 1 free." I said, "I can't believe this, right?" So I'm going home to Angie, right? So I can't believe it. $3.85, right? And Angie's looking at me, of course, because folks, I'm telling you, my mind definitely is warped at some time. I can go out, we can go out and I'll spend $100 or $1,000, and I want those sales, though. I do. It's so weird. Sometimes I even say to myself, I said, "Oh man," I says, "It's not, you know, I don't know how it works sometimes."
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's great.
Well, let's see. We got Mark from Bedford. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Not much. I was just thinking about you guys, and you know, my take is, I like to eat a lot of fish. Instead of now taking fish oil caplets, I'll eat stuff like sardines out of the can, and my kids go
sardines.
nuts.
Oh, you really like fish. I like fish, but sardines, that's pushing it, man.
Hey, I eat them too, Mark.
Do you?
Oh, absolutely.
They were some of the healthiest things for you.
Yesterday. And in fact, at Whole Foods, they've got this smoked mackerel in a can. It's really good.
Wow.
I know. You know, you open it up, and the house stinks like it. But let me tell you,
you know what I'll do? The next time, listen, man, I catch a lot of mackerel. I'll smoke them for you. We're gonna smoke them at home.
I'll take that.
We're gonna smoke. I throw them out. I use them for
bait fish. Huh?
I use them for the crabs. You know, we get a crab trap and throw it off the dock.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy.
Guess Mark got it.
Oh, he dropped off. Okay, he wanted to look at SCO. SCO, folks, is the let's see, ProShares Ultra Shot Oil, crude. Okay, so let me pull up the actual oil contract right now. So we're dealing with CLZ. CLZ. Okay, so what do we got here? Well, that's nice. This is nice. You're gonna fail right at the high. You're gonna do it. This is the time to do it, I guess. You know. Let's see. That was 94.65. You get to 94.93 today. Yeah. 116,000 versus 455,000. It's a go. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We have the Dow off 128, NASDAQ off 30, S&P's off 15. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. And one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds, I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Today, noon Eastern, join Nico Dahan as he features special guest Dr. Richard London, author of forthcoming books, Doctorate of Business Life, Creating Success and Wealth with No Limits. Also, great language, great life. Communicate to wealth, words, and create miracles in your life. Don't miss this important interview today, noon Eastern, on Living a Primal Lifestyle with Nico Dahan, right here on TFNN. Today is the last day for Tiger Dollars. Purchase $250 or more and get a 30% match. Go to TFNN.com and get your Tiger Dollars now.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We get the Dow off $1.50. You get NASDAQ down 35. S&Ps are up 18. And don't forget, folks, if you have subscriptions at TFNN right now, or you're going to get subscriptions in the future, well, go take advantage of Tiger Dollars. You're going to make 30% in your money. And the way they work, you can buy $250, get $3.25, buy $1,000, get $1,300 with no expiration date. So, going to be interesting here. Let me just see. I want to see if this volume is expanding.
The volume's not.
Yeah.
No, the volume's not necessarily behind the move just yet.
No, it's not.
You know?
So what you have is that, I like the setup though. But it's going to be, I suspect it's going to be next week. Well, we'll see. In another hour and a half, we'll really get some action, figure out what's happening here. Let's go to Eric in Claremont. Hey, Eric, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. What I'm trying to find out is if you would consider the October 27th on the SPY, the high of 129.42 to 11.1, 121.52, if that could be considered the A move. Yesterday, we topped out on the 618 retracement on a failure at 126.40. If that could be considered an ABC move on the way down.
Yes. Yeah, it's a small ABC. They're everywhere. Right.
Okay.
Now, what you have is that what you absolutely still have to do, though, is that you need an expansion of volume today. If the volume just kind of stays anemic like it does today, it's like, okay, we'll see how it's going to tag it. It's going to tag it. It's going to go after that 121.52 because you get the high volume there. All the characteristics are there. That's the highest volume at this point. So
okay, I just want to make sure I was looking at it right.
Yeah, you are. No, you absolutely are.
Totally.
And it very well, on the other side of that, could be a much larger ABC down still.
Right. I just was very caught off guard on last Thursday. Then going into 11-1 when that big downdraft, I wasn't surprised with that one. But I'm like, well, it just seems to be a move within a move.
It is.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
It absolutely is. And, what's also interesting is when it was last Thursday and he had that big up move as if because all the problems were going to be solved over in Europe. And then after yesterday with, whatever the guy's name is.
Papandreou.
Okay.
I heard it enough times to know it. I couldn't look at it and pronounce it. I'll tell you that.
Okay, but all I was able to get back to was the lows of last Thursday. They got inside the bar a little bit,
right?
But and you had some increased volume, but still not enough.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. What I think you can expect out here, folks, is that this thing will drift a little. It'll build little cars on a very subtle basis.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing, because the market is really good at continuing to bring money in.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You can go back 11 years and the S&P's at the same price.
Right.
So it's very good. No matter how many times the story's told that the S&P hasn't gone anywhere, people don't pay attention to it. They say, no, I have to be in the market.
We want folks in the market. We just simply want
I'm talking about investors. I'm talking about investors.
Yeah,
right.
We just simply want until that deal's over for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, because you get an acceleration. Folks, one of the biggest myths out there is that the day traders, would be you, I, and all this. The biggest day trader out there is Fidelity.
Yeah.
When you look over when you look at the turnover of the mutual fund industry, Fidelity's the biggest one out there, and they're horrified. The last thing they want to know, but that's the statistic. Their funds are turning over 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5. Give me a break. They're billions and billions. Amazing. Let's go to Mike in Lakeland. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. I just wanted. I'm not at all caught up in this MF Global. But this whole situation, it just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And I just wanted to hear you guys, I guess, talk about it a little bit. I mean, if you're, and I'm assuming your account's not there, but I mean, there are folks, as I understand it, there are folks that have positions on, thousands of positions, money managers, that they have no visibility to, and now being asked by the exchange that because they're not recognizing the money at MF Global, that they have a choice of either liquidating their positions or coming up with, the money at another firm. And this is just unbelievable to me. And I just think,
no, they don't have to come up with the money in another firm. There's two different issues here.
All right.
If you're a retail investor, that means you probably had less than $500,000, and you don't have to worry about a thing, right? If you're a professional, unfortunately, you should have been out of there. In the business, I can tell you flat out, as soon as I smell anything, I'm gone. I was gone out of. I remember in 2008 running around, going from bank to bank. Right?
I did the same thing. I did the same thing. But well, especially back then when we had the 100, it was just the 100 grand.
Exactly.
Or 125.
Exactly.
And I was sitting there. Got to that point where I'm opening up accounts just to make sure we're in.
You stay right there. We'll be right back, and we'll explain because they can get out of positions, folks. The real problem is going to come Monday that they are going to do a liquidation, and that's liquidated accounts are a big problem. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, we get the Dow off 150, Nasdaq off 36, S&P's off 18. We're going to be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2 week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow for $169, Nasdaq 40, S&P's 20. We're talking with Mike from Lakeland, and we're talking about MF Global. So, Mike, what happens, and what will be a disaster, there's no doubt about it, is that on Monday, the larger accounts, if they haven't closed their positions, they are going to liquidate them. They claim they're going to do it on an hourly basis, but there's no way. There's no such thing as an hourly basis. Yeah. So the commodity markets themselves, it's going to be the commodity markets that get hit, too. It's, you know, that's where the bread is, and that's where it's going to get hit. So we'll see how it shakes out next week, but I suspect I can tell you flat out, don't be long commodities next week.
Yeah.
You know,
wait till the dust settles.
Because it's going to be a whipsaw. Exactly. It'll come down. What you do want to, I suspect what we're going to want to do is that after it clears out, whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 days, and you see where the volume is, we are going to want to be long commodities at the end of it, because it'll just reset the whole deal, man. So
I just wonder, with everything going on, are they almost like starting to ring fence, some of these things? Because I'm sure, the MF Global thing was going on for some time. And
it goes to show that there's still the difference between a fraud and being legal is very small. And if you saw out here this morning, the bottom line is that what the Wall Street Journal was saying is that they did a in-depth study of their books the last 2 years.
Okay. And
what they said is that absolutely every single quarter, that they reduced their borrowed money by 14% at the end. So when they were filing their papers, okay, and in the middle of the quarter they were basically up to $24 billion. So check this out. You get a firm. This is just amazing. You get a firm that has $650 million on their balance sheet, and they were borrowing $24.5 billion. Yeah, it absolutely. I'm telling you, I know this business really well, but that absolutely blew my mind. You know. Yeah. So the bottom line, folks, is this: is that Glass-Steagall should be back. I mean, that if you cut to the chase, that's the name of the game here. Yeah. And if it is, then that separates all that.
Yeah, get banks into the banking business.
Yeah, that's right. And if you want to trade with your money, just like you do and I do and everyone else is, well, good. Yeah. If you lose your money, you lose your own money. Right. You don't lose someone else's money.
For sure.
I was hearing that super committee that's meeting now, that they are going to try to bring that back.
They should. Listen, if any, I want to hear the politician that says they shouldn't and why they shouldn't, and that's in someone's pocket, man. That's all
a non-party choice. I mean, that should be no matter what side of the aisle you're on.
It's insane.
I agree. I would just challenge Fidelity as being the biggest day trader. I would think that these central banks, these not-for-profit players, are the biggest day traders. And
but they don't. If you look at their balance sheet, they don't have securities on them. Yeah, you can look at the Japan's balance sheet all the time.
Japan central banks. I mean, they admit they buy ETFs.
Oh yeah, but that's Japan. I'm talking about our own central bank. But Japan central bank only they've already lost. What he's talking about, folks, they actually lost. I was on their balance sheet last week. That's how I know. They lost 7.5%. Okay, so check this out. This is pretty amazing. They have been trying to prop up, the Nikkei, and they lost 7.5% last quarter. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I looked at that. I says, you got to be kidding me, man. So think about that, folks. That's how bizarre that gets, that you can have all the money in the world, and they're still losing money because the market was bigger than the central bank trying to buy it.
Well, what they know is, they know the psychology of the market, just like us with the Dow, okay, and just simply the psychology that's out there.
Right.
Hey, but that'll be good for us because that is go along the dollar.
Oh yeah,
weaken the yen.
Oh, I'm telling you,
push up their market. It's perfect.
Steve and I were just talking, folks. So check this out. And every day I'm telling you, I'm getting more bullish the dollar and bullish America in a huge way. Because check this out. As we're sitting here, as all you folks are sitting at home or in your office, think about it. Okay. Do you want to be, as soon as we come back, we'll talk about it. I'm going to go right around the world, and you tell me where you want to be and where you want to do business and what it's about.
For sure.
We have the Dow off 185, NASDAQ down 41, S&P's off 20, you get gold down 11, silver 51, bonds up 23, King Dollar, baby, up 60. Euro is trash. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow off 178, NASDAQ 40, S&P's 21. So think about something, folks. When you think about America and the dollar.
America, yeah.
Okay. So where do you want to be? You want to be in the Middle East, and they got the uprisings, thank God, and maybe they'll take over. Do you want to be in Russia, where you get a criminal enterprise going?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in China, where it's absolutely communist, and you
totally.
You might get away with some things, but then you got to get out of town.
Yeah.
You want to be in South America, where they're going to inflate everything and just take everyone's thing, or do you want to be in the United States? The more that when Steve and I were just talking, folks, I absolutely think that we get a whole new dynamic that's happening. But the dynamic's been there, but the rest of the world is really going to understand, and maybe the citizens of the United States will absolutely understand what we have here, and it's amazing. I mean, it really is.
Oh, no, it's
I'll be in Europe and they're broke.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Europe's the biggest part about it.
Look, there's great places to travel to, and it's always great to see, other societies, if you will, other people, other nationalities, other cultures, other religions, but it's always so great when those wheels actually hit the runway, and you're back in the United States.
No,
so whether you're hitting, LAX or LaGuardia or Kennedy or wherever it is you're landing. And it wouldn't be LaGuardia, but
you know what's wild? When you wonder, like, how are we so lucky? Right? I mean, in the United States, folks, of course, you get the Lucky Gene Club, and Lucky Gene Club, of course, said, whether it's your blue blood or whatever that is, but we're all got the lucky genes being born in the United States, or at least having our grandparents get to the United States.
Yeah.
But it is wicked when you really think about it. Now, that's a whole different, thought process, but, like, how does that work? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
No, look, what we have is we've got the opportunity. There's no question. This country, I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're at in life.
Right.
Whether, if you're at the top of your game, you still want more.
Yeah.
You're always looking for more. And if you're at the bottom of the game, this is the best place to be.
No.
Really, because you've got the most opportunity, and there's so many people that you can model that have been at the bottom and have been able to pick themselves up. It just makes for a better story. It's a better movie.
No, and what it is that what I've seen more than anything is that people, no matter how many times you push them in the gutter, they'll get up and they'll work and they'll get off it and they say, I'm not staying here, which is so cool. Because there's one thing of moving up. I think there's another thing of people. It's really nice that you can do right what you want to do.
Yeah. So my first visit over to China was like probably 1990, 91, something like that. And now those were in the days where the only people that had the rollerboard luggage were the flight attendants.
Okay.
after that trip, I ended up getting mine. I was carrying these 2 big bags. I was going over there to help open up a theme park for one of my Heads on Bodies locations. And I was looking forward to just going over there and seeing what a communist country was really all about. I get over there, and it was deep, kind of like deep in the jungle, if you will. Okay. And the first thing I noticed is that they're actually stealing, Disney logos. Okay. Inside the theme park. So I was kind of like, okay, that's, that's interesting. Now, when I checked into this hotel, they asked me for my passport and my visa, which I was a little bit hesitant about. But now I was there, if you will, in their country. So I give it to them. I'm going to give you the shorter end of the story. It's a long story. I go to leave. Now, they weren't following all of my instructions, to get everything done. And so I was getting fairly frustrated. And so I'm getting ready to leave. Now, I had an interpreter. Now, the first day I get there, I was totally on my own. And I was supposed to have an interpreter, and I'm starved. Now, what I was carrying in my suitcase, I had some peanut butter.
Were they a few rats?
I had some peanut butter. Look, let me tell you something. I walked away from the hotel just to travel around the streets. I found this little restaurant. Yeah. And literally, my 2 choices of food there was either a snake that they pulled out of a basket. Oh my God! A live snake, or an eel in a aquarium that probably hadn't been cleaned for centuries.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's heavy.
There are ways. I don't care whether the food companies are engineering us to have cravings. Those 2 things will turn off whatever craving switch you might have.
Man.
Okay,
they must have good stomachs over there. That's pretty intense, man.
But here's the deal, okay? Because I almost wanted to, when I watched the way that the owners or the management were treating their people. Okay, it was the most amazing. I wanted to start fights with folks over there.
Was it bad or was it
bad?
Good?
Horrible.
Okay.
Absolutely horrible. Okay. The way that they treated folks, and the way they treated women was even worse. Right. I'm not going to run to the protection of a man necessarily, but but I was like, just stay cool and just, just publicly humiliating people. Right. Well, I go to leave, and I get my documents, and the interpreter tells me, she said, I hate to tell you this, but they don't want you to leave. And I was like, what? And so, and what went through me was just kind of like, what the heck is going on here? Right. So at that stage, what I found out, and I travel with a lot of cash when I go overseas, less than 10 grand. Anybody in the government here, but so I found out. I said, well, how much money could you make in a year? Right. And she told me. I said, well, how about if it was like $500? Right. I said, well, how about if I pay you $1,000? Can you find a way to get my documents back? Wow. And help me get out of here? And she's like, yeah. And I told the story about a couple of guys I ran into that were also over there from Australia. Okay. And we went ballooning through South China. Anyways, I got with those guys, and so we worked out a deal, and it was on a Sunday where we snuck me out of there.
Unbelievable.
Got driven down to a port. Now I didn't go to the bigger city, so I didn't go to Shanghai. I went to a smaller city. Right. But you got to understand, at 6 foot blonde hair, I'm sticking out in that country.
Oh yeah, big time.
I was so freaked out.
Oh, I don't blame
and I couldn't wait. And I had everything written down because nobody really spoke English where I was going to. So I had to think ahead. What were the sentences, the statements that I needed written out in Chinese, so that I could, buy a ticket, here's where I was going to, or what have you, and still just hope that I didn't, that I looked cool enough.
And they didn't just rob you, and they don't have no cash.
Yeah. No. So that was
that's intense, man.
So then I'm in Las Vegas with a couple of guys that work for me. Okay. And this is like maybe a week or two later. They bring an article to me about the fact that in China, somebody was actually taking Chinese executives and using them for ransom. I'm not saying that's what my story was. Yeah, but none of these guys were showing up killed. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm not saying that's what my story was. No, it was just to see that, I was just like, holy cow. So, nothing like landing in the United States, and the bottom line is, go long, America.
You got it. King Dollar. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, we appreciate you being out here, folks. We are going to be coming right back. We have the Dow up 158, NASDAQ 34, S&P 16, gold's down 9, bonds are up 0.5 point, and King Dollar's up 52.
As Tom says, go long, America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Are you looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, folks, if you're out this weekend, we have that Barnes & Noble promotion. You come out, you buy my book, The Art of Timing the Trade, The Ultimate Trading Mastery System. You get 2 workshops absolutely free. And what we've done, and this you'll see this on the website next week. It's really cool. It's grouped in 3 separate sectors. Red, white, and blue.
Oh, go. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, man,
right across the United States.
That's cool.
Whoever, on each sector, whoever is the leader of the city, Steve and I are going to come to each sector winners, and we're going to do a free workshop.
That's so cool.
If you're giving gifts, whatever. A Groupon opened. It's at $27.60 right now. The IPO was $20. It went as high as $31. And you can, I expect we'll see action all over the place. They got it out, though.
Yeah, yes, they did.
They pushed it out.
They did.
Let's go to Rick in Aurora. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, man? Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Oh, it's no big deal. You guys are having way too much fun over there today.
We are. I know, man. We have a blast. There's no doubt. And listen, folks, we appreciate you being out there.
We do.
Because we do. It's just, you know what I'm telling you, man. Life gets better every day in every way.
Does.
It absolutely does.
It does, for sure.
You want to go look at Sprint?
What's going on with Sprint, Tom? Is this thing ever going to move?
Yeah, Sprint Nextel. I mean, I wouldn't be buying it. It has a high volume low right now. That's a problem. $2.10. That means that's going to get tested. They probably need more money. I love the service. I've had the service forever. But, the way the equity's set up, it's not there, man.
Okay. I want to also thank Steve for keeping me patient and status quo on Great Basin Gold. What's going on with this stock?
Yeah, there you go.
You're welcome.
Well, I think Great Basin's a buy right now. It's hit the 130 twice, hit it on the weekly. We bring this up. Let's see. If you put this back in 07, you're going to see how much dramatically lighter it is. And it's, the volume blew out of it 2 weeks ago. That was 20 million. This week you're going to bang about. Let me see.
Hardly anything.
Yeah, it's hardly nothing. Let me. So you got. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. 11, yeah, you'd be around 13 million, and that is still going into, even the 20 million was less than it was going into, but now this week should do it, because you're coming into.
Think you might get into that 123?
Well, my take is that 130 was the low out there. Do you know what I mean? But
Okay.
Cooking brother. Let's go to John at Pompano Beach. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Good morning.
How you doing, man?
All right. I was going to look at HPQ, but real quick, you guys were speaking about food earlier, about the genetically modified foods.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I lived in southern Italy, and there everything is pure homegrown food.
Oh, it's amazing.
And,
I know.
Oh, I live just above the Amalfi Coast, and everything is almost homemade.
Yes.
You raise your own chickens. You made your own. You find your own mushrooms. You put them in the jars. You
Oh, listen. Do you live there now?
Oh, man. Well, no, I don't live there now. No, I moved here, about 25 years ago.
Oh,
but
man.
I go back and forth at times. But
You're gonna bring us back there, man. That's my favorite spot. I gotta bring Angie there. No, I'm not kidding, folks.
Yeah.
What he's talking about is absolutely amazing. You know what blows my mind there? Is that it absolutely saying is that you just everything is right there.
Yeah.
Everything. And everything tastes different. Even though, it's so weird. I brought wine home from there, and it doesn't even taste the same when you bring it home. It doesn't. I know.
I love it.
Well, you've got what it is. You got the volcanic ground, and then they use the cow manure and things like that on the ground.
Yes.
And everything is not genetically modified. None of that stuff goes on.
Yeah,
Everybody
I know.
grows their own stuff in their backyards and stuff, and they feed the animals the right food.
Yeah,
As
big time.
Nico, would want you to do it. And it tastes so much better. That's how it's supposed to be.
does,
That's the way
man.
God created the world. It's supposed to be natural.
That's right.
Hey, have a great weekend, John.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. Basil Chapman's coming up. Then we're getting you healthy back here with Nika DeHaan, David White, and myself, 4 to 6. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time.